Welcome back, Legends. I'm Mark from LegendaryMakes, and on today's video, we're going to be talking about reusable coffee cup sleeves. Now, I've made these sleeves before. I've had them on my Etsy shop for quite a bit, and I probably had them overpriced. I hadn't really checked on the pricings and stuff like that on my Etsy shop. I actually lowered a lot of things. I've been kind of selling a lot more on eBay, so Etsy kind of has just gone to the side. But I just recently went in there, started looking at the stuff that I have for sale, and kind of price things more appropriately. And the ones that I have on there right now are kind of basic. They're fun though. This guy here, like a star one, a gold star one. And they've been sitting on there for a while, but I thought with the holidays coming around, maybe I can make some more interesting ones, more holiday themed ones. We got a candy cane one here, stocking, gingerbread man, snowflake, and Christmas tree. And as you guys can tell, they're all just two tones. So two colors, sleeve on the inside, one color, and then the color on the outside. And what I tried to do is get the essence of what this picture is. They haven't sold at all on my Etsy store. They're probably a very, very niche product for a very, very specific person. There are a few things going on with these that I'd like to maybe talk about. So first things first, I did a fuzzy skin on the outside of all of these just to make it a more like not 3D printed product look. For some reason, this wood PLA from Bambu Lab kind of struggled. Typically, you do a seam position of random when you do fuzzy skin, but it really struggled with the random seam position. I don't know if I'd call it over extrusion, maybe. I don't know. All the other filament I used from Bambu Lab was fine. Didn't have any issues with this, and they're all in the same setting. So that was interesting. And then another characteristic was I left the inside just smooth. So kind of create that contrast, that dual contrast of the fuzzy and then a smooth, non-textured on the inside there for the picture. This is probably a better example of that, where you have the nice texture on the outside and you also have the smoothness of this snowflake. And it does a couple things. Obviously, it separates the two different things and it's more grippy, I guess you could say. Another design feature here was that these are two separate pieces, right? I was trying to make this simple and I didn't want layer changes. I didn't want color changes through these layer lines. And I wanted to create a simple idea here of just outside, inside, and then the silhouette essentially, right? And so I had to develop a tool for this, which was pretty fun, which is this guy, because these middle inserts, when you put them in, there is no 0.01 threshold for this to fit in. It is exactly going to be butt up against the inside. So when you do that, you got to push pretty hard. And so that's what this tool is for, to get it in there, and it would get right up to this lip here. And then you would use this to push, and then it would snap in there. And as you can see, there is this ridge that goes all the way around to keep this snapped in. And then this little slot here so it can squeeze on the top and then get inside. A closer look on the tool that I made, which I thought was pretty cool, that I designed a product and I kind of needed to make my own tool to put it together. I thought that was really interesting and kind of fun. But it's just built out of PETG, pretty robust. I think it's like a 3mm thickness here and nothing really crazy about it. Thicker on the bottom here, so this does not bend. This is pretty rigid and just goes on the top. Push it in, you hear the click, you're done. And so the idea behind the fuzzy skin on the inside is so when the coffee cup is touching the inside there, not a lot of material is touching the cup. You're right, because the fuzzy skin goes in and out, in and out. So it's not a direct surface contact. There's like all those bumps and ridges. So that hopefully helps slow down the thermal transition from the coffee cup into the sleeve. Now these are PLA, so I'm going to test these. I think I might be all right. I know PLA is probably, or at least the temperature of coffee is probably at the point where it softens PLA. But I'm thinking if I have this around the cup, right, it's not like it's going to be bending or anything like that. And by the time the coffee's drank, it's still around the cup. It's still molded around the cup. I think it's going to be okay. But we'll test it. And if not, my other ones that I originally made, I made those out of PETG. The reason why I made these out of PLA is because I didn't have all of these colors in PETG, and there's no PETG, this wood brown. So that was a reason why too. And on the topic of me not having all those colors for PETG, I'd like to know what you guys do when you design something small like this that really only takes a little bit of filament. And do you order a whole roll, you know, like, because I don't know if this is going to sell. It's probably not going to. But I didn't want to order a bunch of PETG just for these little guys that wouldn't sell. So, well, maybe not wouldn't sell, but might not sell. So what do you guys do in that circumstance? And so I'm going to throw these on my Etsy shop. I'll probably do it as like a 5-pack for, I don't know, 10 bucks. Does that sound about right? I don't know. I'm gonna throw them on there for 10 bucks. We'll kind of see how it goes. I'm probably not gonna get any sales on these, but I'm wondering if maybe I also destroyed my Etsy shop because I've been advertising to it with not a lot of turnover, because I'm saying, hey, go check out my Etsy shop. And people go just to look because they're curious. And then I get dinged on Etsy because I didn't make a sale. So I'm lower in their search results. Horrible way of doing business, Etsy, but whatever, you do you. Which is why I sell a lot more on eBay. But eBay's not exactly niche kind of stuff like this, which is why we will be transitioning to our own website, LegendaryMakes.com, soon, where I'll have all my stuff listed on there and I don't have to worry about anything else, any third parties. It's all on me and creating that sale and creating the buzz, I guess, for that. So that's about it for this Legends. This was a real quick, fun, short video, but just want to give you guys a quick peek into what I'm doing. So if you like this video, make sure you drop a like, maybe consider subscribing, and most of all, share.